Alright, y'all, welcome back. This is going to be a couple games with Incindious Rogue. This deck is pretty hard to pilot at first until you really get the hang of it, so if you do pick up this deck, understand there's a pretty big learning curve. I struggled a lot at the beginning with it, even having experience with Rogue in a lot of past standard seasons, but quick synopsis on the deck. You're trying to get out Chrono Lord, followed by Incindious, so that Chrono Lord doubles your Battlecry, Death Rattle, End of Turn, Hero Power, etc. So if you play Incindious, instead of getting 5 eruptions in your deck, you get 10. And at the end of the turn, instead of upgrading them to another damage, you upgrade them twice with Chrono Lord. The way you do that in a turn is Sandbox Scoundrel. So you play one, and then you get the mini, and then usually the following turn, I'll go play the mini for 1, Shadow Step it, play the mini, play Chrono Lord for 4, Shadow Step the mini, and then you play the mini, which doubles then because the battle cry is doubled with Chrono Lord. Incendious costs 1, you play that, and then from there, how you kill them can differ a little bit, but basically you at that point ideally want to have your deck almost empty, so that you're pretty much only going to draw eruptions. Empty is fine, but sometimes it can be cutting it close depending on how aggressive your opponent is. So the combo, all you really need is a mini Sandbox, Chrono Lord Incendious, and a Shadow Step. And anything else is just icing on the cake. If you got like a Platasaur or Cultist map, or I think that's, or pretty much any of the draw spells. You normally don't have a Dubious Purchase or a Fast Forward by that point, but if you have any draw spell, then you can kill them the same turn. Sometimes you just gotta wait until you draw your card for the following turn, and then you're dealing 30 or more damage in a turn. Incendious shuffles 5, doubled is 10, so if they each double their upgrades as well, that means you put 30 damage in your deck that's going to come right out at them. I've had games where I play Incendious, bring him back with a Shadow Step, play him again, and so I put 10 more in there, but then at the end of that turn, it doubles again. So the ones I already had go to 5 damage apiece, and the ones that just got put in go to 3 damage apiece, which means there was 80 damage in my deck. So kind of hard to lose in that position, obviously, unless you're on, the the very edge of life. But to get there, and I won't beat this to death because a lot of getting there can be very different from game to game, as you'll see. Sometimes you can start a little aggressive. You've got your Space Rock Collector and your Moonstone Mauler, as well as Twisted Web Weaver. The Everburning Phoenix is really good with the Twisted Web Weaver because it gives you something that you can be attacking back their threats that they play, or even just bashing face. And when it dies, you get it back. Costing 1 less for each card you've played this turn is incredibly powerful because you've got a lot of stuff that combos, or a lot of cheap stuff with this stuff up here. So I'm not going to beat Explanation to death, but again, remember it is a pretty high learning curve. So I'm going to get some games in here. Sitting about Platinum 4 right now on the ladder. I didn't start really testing this deck out much until I got to about Platinum 5 because I didn't want to lose a ton of stars, learning to play a new deck. So sadly, I had to use Murlocs to get, I think I was at like Platinum 6 when I wanted to start playing this deck. So I used good old reliable Murlocs and pushed myself over the edge. You never keep Incendious in your opening hand. I think 2 Platasaur might not be good. You do have to be careful with what you draw off a Platasaur because sometimes it'll draw you something that you don't want to discard, a key combo piece or something, and then it's really bad if it dies. So very good other cards to get there. Question is, do I Platasaur turn 1? I think it's safe enough. I usually hesitate because there's been times where turn 1 I Platasaured, I drew Incendious, they killed it the next turn, and I just had no more combo. So that is a risk you run by throwing this guy out turn 1. But I think the odds are low enough that I'll be okay. Yeah, Space Rock is totally fine. One of the aggressive draws I like with this is, I think it's Web of Deception. It's the 2-mana spell. You return a guy to your hand, and you get a 4/4 stealth. That card's pretty powerful. Sometimes I'll go like turn 1 guy, something like this, or even just a Wisp or something, just Depends on what I'm playing against. But doing that and then prep into the Web of Deceit and bring it back, you got a 4/4 on bird on turn 1. There are games where turn 2 I've had 8 or more power on board. There's a lot of ways to play this deck. Sometimes you just go aggro and it works out well. I think I go prep into fast forward here. It gives me a lot of gas. I would like to get rid of these frogs, but I'm not super concerned about it. Okay, and then Dubious Purchase costing 2 less is fantastic. Yeah, these frogs are annoying, but they're nowhere as annoying as leeches. Those leeches from Death Knight are some of my least favorite cards of all time now. If you're holding a spell that costs 5 or more, yeah, that seems pretty good. Platosaur into Dubious Purchase seems okay, but not ideal. I think I might Cultist map. I do have to be careful, because if they're going to be swinging for 6 and continuing their aggressive start, then that could be difficult. Moon Mauler tends to be pretty good early game because it helps get rid of some of the threats with throws the asteroids in your deck, and then it deals 2 damage to a random enemy when it comes back. So I think I am going to go Cultist map. I could Platosaur Dubious Purchase, but I think the odds of it dying are so high, and I don't want to waste a Shadow Step on it this early. Okay. I think I take the Moonstone Mauler. I'm not super stoked about it. I could take Web of Deceit for the Platosaur, and then when I play it again, I can draw an extra card if I play Twisted Weaver. I don't love that, though. I'm going to do this just in case they have a hyper-aggressive draw for the next couple of turns. Yeah, this is the aggressive Shaman deck, unfortunately. Okay, Sandbox is good to see. Moonstone Mauler into Dubious Purchase seems good. Unfortunately, it's possible. I mean, 50-50 chance it hits a frog, which wouldn't be good. But I think that's worth the risk here. So it gives me a lot of gas to draw 3 cards for 2 mana. Plus, I could draw an asteroid. Okay. Alright. Not the best target, but it works. And it did get rid of a frog. That's annoying. I could Shadow Step him. You only need 1 Shadow Step for the combo to go off. I don't mind a Shadow Step here, because then next turn I can Twisted Weaver. Actually, next turn I can Sandbox into Twisted Weaver into the free Moonstone Mauler off a Shadow Step. And I do have double Twisted Weaver. 18 cards in the deck. I'm going to go for it. Some might say this is the incorrect way to go about this, but I need to be a little bit faster, so I need to draw some more cards. Unfortunately, I'm going to go to at least 18 this turn because of those 3/3s. Okay, at least, yeah. So now it's getting a little worse. This is a tough matchup against this Shaman deck, so what are you gonna do? They have 13 on board and I'm at 14, so it's fairly likely they can kill me, but I don't know what I can really do about their guys. So I think Sandbox, Twisted Weaver, Moonstone. I'll draw a card off of Moonstone. There's only 2 more asteroids in the deck, though, so very unlikely that I hit him when I've got, what, 17 cards? It's like 1 in 8. That's like, what, 12.5% chance about. So pretty low. I'm not sure that I have many other good options, though, because like fast forward's not going to do anything here. Even if I sandbox it out, I don't think there's anything relevant that I would draw. Yeah, let's give this a try and just hope that they put us at 1, and maybe I can do some combo shenanigans to... And I could Shadow Step the Moon Mauler even. There's another one. Shadow Step obviously doesn't help me combo, but it might help keep me alive. I'm gonna run it actually. It's not good. I'm taking away one key combo piece, but at this point, okay, so there's one. Yes! Alright, that's exactly what I was hoping for. Now, at least... Yeah, if I hadn't thought so long, I could have got a Phoenix out there too, but whatever. But yeah, at least I have a better shot of surviving now. They've only got 9 on board, so they need to come up with 5 damage instead of 1 damage. I like that position a lot more. Ideally, they attack my minions, but I don't think they're that dumb. That would be a really dumb thing for them to do in this case, because they've got all the frogs, and if I kill their 4/4 on the swing back, then sure, whatever. Yeah, that's not good. Very dead. Are they slow rolling me? I'm pretty sure they just... Oh, no, because they can't play the weapon. Of course, of course. So, yeah. I have to clear the board, and even if I do, I still die to the weapon, so... I don't think there's a way to combo through this. How would I do this? Yeah, like the best case scenario I have here is like drawing some cards and clearing their board, but what do I do about that weapon is the problem. I've already played a Platosaur, so that'll draw me a card. Not at all what I wanted to see. There's good old Incindious. I think this, making Moonstone cost less. Play Moonstone. Yeah, I normally would, I think, scoop in a situation like this, but sometimes I like to play it out just to see if there's, you know, anything that can come off the top of the deck that would actually help. Like I can do... That would be that there. So I could do like this. Replay the guy. But, yeah, they still got me on the swing with that weapon, so... What are you gonna do? That's not even counting the guys on board, but, yeah. There's been games where I have been in a losing position, and because I just went for it still, I was able to pull out, at the very least, a couple more turns, if not a win. So it's good with this deck to at least try sometimes, but the deeper you know it, the more you know what you're actually capable of. So since I wouldn't say I'm a beginner to this. I played a lot of Rogue in past standard seasons, and I played this deck quite a bit now. Probably have, yeah, I have at least 50 games with it, if not more. So, getting a decent understanding of this. See, Demon Hunter is tough because things like Platosaur just usually instantly die. Twisted Web Weaver is decent. Web of Deception. I keep saying Web of Deceit. Web of Deception is decent here. I kind of want to throw this back because it's a little slow unless I get like a preparation or something. I could turn 3 off the coin, but usually they've got quite a few minions. It could help, though. I'm tempted to keep it. If you're yelling at the screen right now like you're not supposed to keep it, I'm sorry. There are some situations where it does work out to have it, but I think I need to be a little bit more aggressive against Demon Hunter normally. The games that I've won against them have normally been... That's not an ideal draw at all. But the games I've won against them have usually been ones where I was able to get some aggression out there early. Okay, Moonstone's okay. If I Platosaur, I mean, very low chance I'll draw a combo piece, but I think that's fine. I don't like it, but watch, I draw Incindious. Okay, preparation is just fine, because now... you know what? That's actually really good, because now I can just do this. And then next turn I've got Web Weaver, and I can play Platasaur again, which would draw me 2 cards, which gets me deeper into my deck. Probably a little closer into Incindious, which I don't like. I don't want that thing to discard, but at least now I've got something that can attack back should they have... I assume they're on Pain Demon Hunter because of the Tusk Piercer, but now I've got something to attack back like a Battle Fiend or a Sock Puppet or anything like that. Wow! I assume they drew Living Flame off of that Tusk Piercer. That or Blood Mage Thanos is their... Those are the 3 targets. Yeah, I think Twisted Web Weaver into Platasaur seems okay here. Moonstone would be good too. I actually don't hate that. That could save me the coin for another turn, because that could be valuable to get the combo off sooner. Yeah, I think I'm going to Moonstone here. That's fair. Okay. I love when they do nothing. Draw some cards. That's totally cool. Cultist map is decent, but now that I've got an aggressive start, I think I want to keep that momentum. Because I can go Twisted Web Weaver double Platasaur. That does take away turn 4 Sandbox into something, but I'm not super concerned about it yet, because they haven't played any minions, surprisingly. I'm very surprised they didn't throw out like a Living Flame or something. I could be wrong about what they're playing, but I'm pretty sure Tusk Piercer is not played in some of the other Demon Hunter decks. Yeah, let's give this a try. Okay, that's not bad. And I think I just play the Space Rock Collector now off the coin. Yeah, them threatening is also a good sign. That means they probably don't like what I'm doing, so they're down to 20. And there's been games where I just straight won from aggression, where I just played dudes and the Phoenix kept recurring and just attacked them to 0. Okay, so they're playing some Starship stuff. Good to know. I'm very glad they didn't kill my Web Weaver. It's a very powerful card in this position. I would have loved for that to hit this. Let's start with the Platasaur. I'll draw 2 cards again. Okay, that's totally fine. That's getting played this turn. Because then I can go Manager the dude. Phoenix costs 2, then Phoenix costs 1. I guess I play Wisp. I'm not super happy to play Wisp unless I have a reason, but I guess that's a good enough reason. They do play Infiltrate sometimes, so I don't want to run too hard into that, but I think I've got an aggressive enough start that pushing a little harder might not be bad. Actually, I'm tempted to Cultist map instead. I think that might be better. Sure, that's going to draw me another card. That would be good. And then I can go coin this guy, draw a card. Come on. Ooh, I get the Manager. Do that. Probably should have taken the Shadow Step, but that's okay. Trying to be quick to make sure I don't run out of time before I attack. So there. They're down to 10. It's only turn 4. So sometimes this is the way it goes. And if they want to kill these guys, then I've got the 2 Phoenixes coming back to my hand at end of turn. I've got draw spells to get more combo pieces. They didn't do anything. I like it. So this gives them 4. Yeah, 4 armor. That is actually not the worst. Sandbox into fast forward, maybe? No. I think the Manager's got to hit something for that. Yeah, so let's go this. I don't really care about the coin because I've got what? 4, 8, 11, 12. Yeah. Wow. Combo deck just went aggro and won. Very nice. Alright, so sitting at 1-1 after Shaman and Demon Hunter. I like this deck a lot. I've been playing quite a bit of it, like I was saying, and once you get over the initial learning curve, there's a lot of play to the deck. So you can play it lots of different ways, and there are some correct and incorrect ways to play it, of course, but there are lots of ways to go about it. So I wouldn't say there's necessarily one correct way to pilot the deck. Coin is great. I think you always keep the Phoenix, you always keep the Platasaur. Platasaur is probably my least favorite card in the deck. It's bit me in the ass too many times, but it seems like a necessary evil. I'm tempted to throw away the fast forward. I think there's a good enough chance that I can redraw another draw spell. I just hope I don't get something bigger. Like, I don't want Sandbox, don't want the big combo pieces. Yeah, this is decent. Cool. Prep is great. Oh, they're on the quest Demon Hunter. Interesting. You don't see this one quite as often. Another prep. Wow. So, I think Platasaur is what I gotta do. And I could go, like, prep into Cultist map, into something, into Phoenix here. I actually don't hate it. I'm actually gonna do this into... Yeah, I don't have enough time to get the Cultist map going, sadly, but that's a good start. If you can put them on your heels early, that's always good. You know, this deck is kind of... It's got a really good aggressive draw sometimes. Yeah, okay. Totally fine with Infestation. So they got 2 Stingers, which won't matter too much because this guy's going to start recurring. It feels kind of like a waste to use the prep on the Cultist map this turn. I do think I want to draw spell, but I think I'm alright chilling here by just attacking in hero power. Get him down to 25. Excuse me, 23. Totally cool. So they probably got back their infestation, so they got more stingers is my guess. Prep fast forward seems good. If that was dubious purchase, I could space rock first, then prep and do it. Could also cultist map, but I think fast forward's probably better. So that'll make something cost 2 less, so there's a likelihood that I could cast it. Ooh, 0 cost cultist map seems good. Nothing I can cast this turn, I guess. Even if I... Oh, if I... No, I couldn't space collector into anything, so... I don't think I care about their minions, but it is good to draw 3 cards. I think I like fast forward more here. And then space rock into Phoenix. Cool. And Phoenix is incredibly powerful. I'm amazed how many games the Phoenix has done a lot of heavy lifting. It helps the Murloc matchup immensely. Murlocs can be tough if they have if their start is too aggressive, but all right, fair enough. Kind of want to just fast forward, but I think that changes the momentum of the game a lot. It does get me closer to combo because I've got Sandbox next turn into something else. I still need 3 combo pieces though is the problem, which is part of why I like fast forward more than cultist map here. I could sandbox into cultist map. That actually doesn't seem bad. It gives, yeah, put some minion out there that'll hopefully cause them some problems. And then if I can cast anything off the cultist map, then I get the Phoenix. Alright. I'm thinking about taking Incindious. Double Phoenix is pretty good though. Yeah, Prep or Wisp or anything like that would have made Phoenix real good. If there was a Wisp and a Phoenix there, I could have gone take the Wisp, play the Phoenix in my hand, take the Phoenix from the other 2 remaining cards, and then play the other Phoenix. But this is fine. Okay, Shadow Step is good. That's another combo piece, so I just need the other 2. It's arguable that I should have taken Incindious that last turn, but do I start with fast forward? I think I start with fast forward. So web and sandbox. Eesh, not ideal. I think I take this because I've already got the mini. So I could go this into web. I still can't cast Phoenix afterwards, though, is the problem. I think that into web is good enough, though. Because then I've still got the mini sandbox for the combo, and I've got a 4/4 out there that'll help me counter some of the aggression. Yeah, there are lots of ways that I could have played that turn, like Shadow Step. I could have used Shadow Step instead of the web, and then that would have enabled the Phoenixes to come back out. Alright, quest is active, not good. Oof. That's rough. Moonstone's helpful, but not really what I want to see here. I could Moonstone, web it, Moonstone again. I'm not drawing any cards, though, is the problem. And they've got an 8/8, so I'm not sure there's anything I can do here. There's no draw. Yeah, I think I'm just dead. Yeah, nothing I can do there. I mean, pretty much all I got is this and then playing dudes, but it's not going to matter because they just attack, so that's the way it goes. 1 and 2 now. And once you've got some experience with this deck, it's pretty easy to just kind of play quick games. The games normally don't go too long unless, like, the mirror is kind of miserable. But yeah, for the most part, the games are pretty quick. You either got it or you don't. I think one of the big turning points in that game was I should have shadow stepped the mini so that I could play the Phoenixes, and at the very least that makes them attack my guys instead of me, and if they survive, that helps me attack back and kill some stuff. So don't know if it would have made much difference. Not keeping that, not keeping that. I think Space Rock is fine here. So playing against Warrior, so hopefully they're going to, you know, quest and play armor and just sit around for a while, which would be great. Yeah, if I get to turn 6 mostly uninterrupted, then this deck has just phenomenal chances of winning. Space Rock, let's go. Yeah, Phoenix and Webweaver are great to have early. What do you got for me, buddy? Interesting. So I could go like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, and Phoenix. I could play my entire hand this turn. I would draw 1 card, I think. And I think it's too early for them to have anything meaningful in terms of board wipes. Oh no, what am I talking about? I can't web it to see. Doi. Well, that was dumb. Oh well. Gotta do math. Doi. Alright, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I deserve to lose that guy. Probably should have just weaponed, but that's fine. Now I can Platasaur, Web, Wisp. That wouldn't enable... I guess I can web the Wisp and then replay it, which then enables Ever-Burning Phoenix, but that doesn't seem ideal. Let's see what this gives me first. Okay, Space Rock is fine. Now I really wish I didn't misplay that Webweaver, but what are you going to do? I can Webweaver Wisp into Phoenix. I kind of like the web on the Platasaur. Gives me some aggression. Would love it if you attacked my guy here. Is that the mech one? Yeah, so they play that 4/8 guy that deals 8 damage to enemies when it as its death rattle, which is that's a very good card, but fingers crossed they just don't have it. Platasaur again seems like the call. Am I okay with losing a Sandbox? Because Shadow Step the Platasaur doesn't seem super great. It does help me get Phoenix out this turn. I think I'm going to run that. Because I'm not drawing any card draw so far, which is pretty uncommon. The Webweaver would have done serious work here. Let's do this. Okay, that's good. Let's do this. This. This costs 0 now. I think I'm gonna throw this guy out too. Next turn, they're only gonna have 4. Yeah, that seems fine. Yeah, in a hand like this, I'm gonna hold that Wisp for a combo card. Should they play something crazy, I can Dubious Purchase, hopefully. Also enables like Manager. What other combo cards are in here? Yeah, Wisp is normally better in the deck. It's great with Cultist Map. That's fair. So So now I have to be careful of Brawl since they're going to have 5 mana next turn. Cultist map is a good draw. I think Sandbox into Cultist map is okay, but I don't know that that's... I mean, ideally they Brawl next turn and then I Sandbox into something else so I have a threat plus the advantage of Sandbox. So they're taking, what is this, 11 this turn, which is good. I think I'm just going to raw Cultist map. What do we got? Dubious Purchase is very helpful here. It'll cost 2 less because of these guys. And then once I play it, I can take Incindious, and I'm about halfway to the combo. Yeah, that seems good. Yeah, there we go. 3/4 of the combo. Yeah, I guess we just pass here. Ideally, they Brawl here. That would be great. Then I can just Sandbox, Moonstone, maybe something else depending on what I draw. Ancient of Yore. Love to see it. Okay. Ooh. That also seems good. So I could Sandbox, Webweaver, Platasaur. Not the greatest, but it's something. They're going to take another 11 this turn, which will put them at 14. I really like Webweaver, Moonstone, Moonstone, but that does kind of run into... that kind of runs right into... what's it called? Brawl. Pretty sure I have to Sandbox, because if I draw Shadow Step, then I've just got the combo, which would be perfect against them. So I guess in this case, I'm just going to Moonstone Mauler. I'm tempted to Platasaur, but if it dies, obviously I lose the thing, and that would be no bueno. So I hit him for 11, 7 cards in hand is fine. Got to be careful of the Phoenix triggers, because you know sometimes you got a full hand and then you don't get your Phoenix back because you don't have any room for it. So that's always something to consider. One of the other fun things is when your Phoenix dies and this guy's out there, you get double. Wow, it doesn't look like they... I don't think they have Brawl unless they have a coin. I don't think... Yeah. What? Okay, so they're back to 31. Got 7, 11, 15, wow, 19 attack. Yeah, there's no reason to do anything but just attack them now. Which might be what they want. Just gives them a turn of me not doing other stuff. But I'm okay with this, because one of the worst things is when you put 30 damage in your deck from Incindious, with all the eruptions and the Chrono Lord, and then they're over 30. So you're like, I gotta find some damage somewhere. So if they're under 30, I'm very happy, especially when the combo goes off. And at this rate, there it is. So if I draw Shadow Step, I just combo and win. Shadow Step? No. Not the best. Not a Shadow Step. Come on. So I've got Webweaver and a bunch of guys. So it gives them armor every time I attack this, but if I... It's 23... What did I say? I have 19... Yeah, let's get these guys out of there. This... let's go Webweaver. Let's do another Moonstone. Yeah. I think I'm just going to do that. Yeah, I think I just throw pretty much everything at it, unfortunately. Platasaur. Interesting. There's another asteroid, okay. Wisp, this, another wisp. And can't do that. Yeah, 9 cards in hand. Alright, so they're back to 25 and they got a 10-4, but I'm not super worried. There's so much draw in my hand now that I think I can find the pieces I need. Gotta figure out if I can do this on the next turn or not, though. Preparation would be perfect. Like, prep into Dubious Purchase could take out one of those guys. Plus draw me a Shadow Step. I think... So if I prep Dubious Purchase, that's 2 mana. I'd have 7 left next turn. And then I could still combo off. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so they finally gave up on the weapon. That's fine. Because they have another, of course. There's a prep. Okay, so I gotta play some stuff, unfortunately, before I... Let's get rid of all this. Do that, and I'm actually just gonna kill all of these guys. And we're gonna go prep, Dubious Purchase, into prep Platosaur. And the... Wow! I miscounted my hand. Good lord. Okay. So we're going to combo next turn. Let's go Double O Manager, get those out of the way. Get the Phoenix out of the hand since it costs 0. Now I have to dig for another fast forward. I don't think I can combo still this turn. Man, oh man. I'm just misplaying like crazy today. Sorry, guys. Cultist map costs 2 less. Let's do that. Sure, I'll take an asteroid. Make sure I hit them. Let's do this. Play the Phoenix. Play the Platosaur.
I'm almost out of cards. I'm out of cards.
Man, and that was my last Shadow Step, so I got a kind of raw combo here. This will be a little rough. I guess, oh, you know what I do? I just I sandbox the normal sandbox, then I've got 2 of the 1 mana ones. So let me see. I think I might be able to still get this, but yeah, that's gonna be a little tough here. So now double Death Rattle, 16 damage. Yeah, the only bad thing about a deck that's got a lot of play like this is that you can misplay much more easily. So, yeah, I should have won that game. Dang! It's crazy. I played this deck on my own, and I'm just like, oh, cool, 6-1. Like, and then as soon as I start filming, I'm like, oh, here's 1-6. So sitting at 1-3 after the Warrior matchup. So that was a pretty hard misplay. Dang. Had to get one more card out of my hand and I would have had the Shadow Step. It's unfortunate. Possible that they could have had that combo at me. I think that would have been the same turn, so it could have been close, but yeah, I definitely gave them too much opportunity to catch up.
In my way. None can escape my fury.
This seems like a great hand. I think I kind of want to throw back the Phoenix, but it's like most of the time the correct thing to keep. Playing against Death Knight. Yeah, I'm going to keep it. But I'm doing it under duress, darn it. I guess I Platosaur. If they want to coin into... Sure. If they want to coin into the 2 damage leech spell, so be it. I'll lose a Sandbox Scoundrel. Nice. Interesting draw. Cultist map is not great on turn 2. Gotta get something that costs 0 off of it if you want max value. not worried about losing the sandbox since I've got another, so it'll be good. There it is. So if I do this into 2 other cards that I can play, nah, it just doesn't seem good enough.
Justice is mine.
Step forth into the time ways.
I remember this place well.
At least the Navigator's pretty good. I've been wanting to play her, but not really sure what I would want to play her in. I've thought about her in a... I have that silly Grimestone Paladin deck that I've been working on. Been wanting to play her in that. Nothing else really interests me though. Like as a card, she interests me, but I don't think I want to play Death Knight. Very good deck, but
Rot number 802, welcome to the collection. Rot number 802, welcome to the collection.
please hit Elise. Alright, fine. That's fair. It's a very good card. Yeah, it's basically Consecration with a bonus. Eight cards, I go down to 7. I can draw 3, kill a guy. Doesn't seem great, but I think it's the right call here.
I wonder.
Could also sandbox into Dubious. That will leave me... I'll stay at 8, then go down to 7. Yeah, that seems okay.
This treasure ain't fit for our pirates.
Go prep into O Manager, which isn't great, but I do need to make some space in my hand. Let's get that out there. Kill a guy. Sitting on 8 cards, so Phoenix dying is okay. Yeah, that seems fine. So I've got 3 out of 4 combo pieces. Just need the Chrono Lord in order to go ham. Ooh, that's not good.
You are in control here.
Card is very good. Sweet. So, 1 Chrono Lord. This. And I think I just chill here now, because I'll have 30 damage in my deck. So if there's 10 eruptions and I have, I think it said I had 11 cards before they went in, so 21. Yeah, so about half my deck is eruptions, but I've got some draw in my hand between Twisted Webweaver and Platosaur. And I can always cultist map choosing an eruption. So let's do that. If they want to find a way to kill those guys, that's totally fine. It's possible I should have Platosaur before comboing to thin my deck a little bit, but I've already played one, so it lets me draw an additional card off a Webweaver next turn, which will probably be helpful if only half of my deck is eruptions. Normally by this point you want to get a little bit deeper into your deck, but this is a decent draw. Pretty decent draw. Sure, totally cool. So let's see, are they just dead off the jump? 1. So let's hit them first. And then I just gotta find a couple eruptions. Let's do this also. Gives us some other things in the deck that'll deal damage. And then worst case, I got Cultist Map to follow up with. Cool. 1 asteroid. Into a Phoenix. Come on. 2 asteroid. Come on. Let's run it. Alright. Eruption. Oh my goodness. Come on. That's unfortunate, but I'm going to hit their guy with my weapon so that they don't have a way to like pump it or gain more life. And now just chilling. How many eruptions was that? I think we had 1 off the jump, 1 or 2 off the jump, and then 3. So yeah, I really only need about, I mean, I don't need any more eruptions. I've got enough on board now. I think 3, 5, 10. Yeah, I've got enough on board. So they got to clear the board and clear my deck. There's that. Cool. Totally fine. But they're going to be dead this turn. 1. 2 more.
Rot number 802, welcome to the collection.
Nice. Into. Nice. 1 more. There it is. So that's how it's supposed to work. So now to 2 and 3. Not the best record, but misplaying will do that. I know some people, when they watch somebody playing a game, if that person misplays, they leave. But I think one of the important things, too, is to learn from other people's misplays. Because it's one thing to learn how to play correctly, how to make the best plays. But it's another thing to also know, what traps you can fall into. Like one of my side hustles is trading stocks. And so there's a lot of psychology in that. And I find that to be very parallel to a lot of gaming. Like, part of why I trade stocks is because I love strategy games. I've been playing, Magic the Gathering off and on for about 20 years. I've been playing Hearthstone for almost a decade. And that seems great. And that kind of drew me towards, strategy-based things. Like, I taught martial arts for a while. That was my first job ever for almost a decade. And so there's a lot of strategy-based things in real life. And one of the psychology aspects that I find really interesting, you know, I've had to work on it a lot with trading stocks, because you find out doing that, like, what your specific weaknesses are in your psychology, like what you can get tricked by, or, you know, kind of what you're susceptible to. That was not ideal, but that's the way it goes. We're just going to pop that guy. But Hearthstone is the same thing. Everybody's got, you know, different levels of, you know, emotional vulnerabilities. And so sometimes I've played against players, and they'll have lethal on board, but they won't attack me because they'll be like, oh, the guy's got minions, so I got to kill his minions. And so they kill the minions and then don't realize that they had the win on the board. So there's stuff like that that happens, and I find it really important to learn from stuff like that.
Justice is mine.
I'm thinking about Web Weaver into Web of Deception, because it'll give me a 4/4, and then I've still got the Web Weaver back in my hand. It's not great, but it gives me a little bit of aggression early, which I think will help. Because I don't want to just sit here and do nothing while they're playing a bunch of stuff. At the very least, this makes them think twice about what they're going to play. Also makes the leeches a little bit worse. Sure, they can drain my guy, but like I can still attack back. Elise is very good. Wow. All three at him? Wow. That's hilarious. I don't think I do anything here. Now that I've got a guy out there, I think I'm fine with chilling a little bit. It'd be nice to have another 4/4, but I don't think it's necessary here. You can sandbox into something next turn. Pretty good. I could Web Weaver into Web Weaver, so I weave while I web, and I web while I weave, but that seems bad. I mean, Sandbox into Weaver doesn't seem very good. I think I got a Sandbox, though. Sandbox into Web of Deception doesn't seem ideal either. Yeah, I think this is the best option I've got, unfortunately. Now that's pretty darn good. Okay. Yeah, this is a pretty bad situation now. Probably got a cultist map, is what it looks like. And then I can go this into that. I'll draw a card, do that. Ooh. So I could... Oh, that was the wisp that was in my deck. I was like, ooh, I could take the other wisp, then I get to draw one more card, maybe get a little deeper in the deck. No. Same wisp. Dang. So I got two combo pieces, Incindious and Sandbox Mini. But I'm not seeing a good way to survive long enough to find the other pieces so far. I don't think I play the Wisp. I mean, I guess I could. It takes 1 damage off of me, but they're taking 8 a turn with these guys? Fine, yeah. My gut is telling me to play it, but my brain is telling me not to, so I went with my gut and played it, but it could be wrong in this situation. Hard to tell sometimes. I mean, I've won crazier situations than this, so there's always hope. Both faith and fear require you to believe in things that you cannot see, so I'm going to have some faith that this game can be pulled out of my ass. That does not seem ideal. Oh, discovering a spell with that. Okay, sure. Seems very ideal for them. A little surprised they're attacking minions, though. Everything could just smack my face. Sure, I could attack back with some, but they're stealing 8 health off of their leeches, which would kill... What do I have? 4, 3, 1, 1, 2... Or no, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 2. I think they would have cleared my board with the leeches. So, I don't know. I guess they just want to steal from my health instead? Seems like it's all the same, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, we did. Very well played. I probably should have gone more aggressive early. I hesitated to go too aggressive because my hand didn't seem like it had a lot of gas. And that's the thing too, if you don't draw any of the draw spells early, then you tend to have a hard time taking your momentum into the middle of the game. Okay, as long as they're not Elemental Mage, this is a decent matchup. Cool, I like this hand. Yeah, there's a lot of games that get saved by Web Weaver into Phoenix. Good, love to see fast forward. Okay.
Rock number 802, welcome to the collection.
Okay, so they're playing Protoss, which is not... I love playing against Quest Mage with this deck because they tend to sit around for a while doing not very much. I think I'm going to Moonstone Mauler here and hope it doesn't die, because that would be the ideal Web of Deception target. I can replay it here off of the coin, but I don't think that's the right call. I can coin Phoenix. That actually doesn't seem bad. Yeah, I'm gonna coin Phoenix. Because assuming they kill it, then it gives me another thing I can play that'll draw a card off of Twisted Webweaver. Next turn will probably be Webweaver into Moonstone Mauler. Fast forward's great, but I think because they're playing, like, because it's a mage, I think I'm likely to have a good advantage if I can get aggressive very early. Yeah, Warrior, Mage, and Demon Hunter, I think, are the 3 heroes that you need to be most aggressive with in the early stages of the game. And plus, Webweaver is just going to draw me cards, which is what Fast Forward would do anyway. And it's going to put more asteroids in my deck, which could be drawn by Fast Forward, which is totally fine. Only bad thing is if you draw an asteroid off of Fast Forward, then the card that it gets replaced by that you draw after doesn't count for the cost reduction in this. So there is some give and take, but that's not the end of the world at all. Excellent. So hopefully I can play... I don't think I can play Webweaver Mauler and the Phoenix next turn unless I draw something that'll lead into other cards. That would be 2... I would need at least, 2 other things to make it cost 0. Wow, another Phoenix. Okay. So in this case, I'm actually going to fast forward, because now next turn, ideally, Sandbox is great on turn 6 or turn 5, but I don't have any of the other combo pieces. So I'm gonna fast forward to draw some cards, but then that makes it so the Phoenix could, naturally that's when I draw the preparation. Take your armor. Yeah, we're chilling. I could play this, but it might be good to help enable combo if necessary, something like that. I've already got a decent board, and we're also getting into Blizzard territory and Flame Strike and all those other like sweeping damage spells. And Space Rock will also trigger off of Webweaver, which will draw me another card, which I want. Whoo-hoo-hoo! Look at that! So, 1, 2, 3. Then that'll cost 1 and that'll cost 0. So I'm going to draw a bunch of cards right here. Let's draw a card. Something good. Okay. Let's get that out of the way. Let's do that. Okay, and I could prep into Web of Deception. That could help protect my Webweaver, or I could even just do it on Moonstone Mauler. I've got another Moonstone though, so it's okay. So we'll do that. I think I am gonna do it on the Webweaver. 19 cards in my deck. Yeah, let's do that. And it's replaced by a 4/4, which is fantastic. There it is, Rising Waters. Mage has a lot of tools. I'm surprised Mage isn't a bigger force in the metagame right now. I think that's a testament to how good Murlocs and Death Knight are. So I can Dubious for free multiple ways now. But I think I'm going to save that till this guy comes out. Not that I'm worried about it, but it's a little extra value. Don't have to worry about the 5/5 later. So I think... I still only have one combo piece, so I think I just want to draw more cards while trying to be aggressive. So let's go this into Moonstone. So we put even more asteroids in there. I haven't played a Platasaur yet. Let's do this. Just makes the Phoenixes cost less. And we'll draw some more cards off of them. And I think that's fine. I don't think I want to get stuck with something I'm going to discard off a Platasaur. So yeah, we'll chill. 8 cards, so if they kill both of these, then I go to 10. So maybe I should have thrown the ring out there. Or maybe just the Wisp. That's fair. So if I burn a card, I just really pray it is not Incindious. I'm okay with Chrono Lord being burned sometimes because it's a necessary evil. Cool. Alright, let's go to 9 cards, and we're set. Another Web Weaver. Look at us go. 16 cards in the deck. Let's do that, and let's throw that out there. Let's get an extra mana. I think this into Dubious Purchase is fine, plus it'll make the Ever-Burning Phoenix cost less. So still at 8 cards. That'll go to 7, then draw 3, go to 10. Phoenix gets played, draws a card. Probably gonna... Okay, more combo pieces, good. Come on, it's gonna die anyway, darn it. Alright, let's draw a card there. Wisps are gonna draw a card now, which is great. And then I can prep into Cultist Map, actually. I've got 9 cards in hand, so... perfect. I want a combo piece. And hit for 3. So, 1 piece away from the combo. I've got Sandbox, Shadow Step, and Incindious. Yeah, Webweaver does some serious work sometimes. 2, 4, 6, 8 cards, so I am going to burn a card. I just hope it's not Chrono Lord. It's not the end of the world if I burn Chrono Lord because the double Shadow Step enables... Okay, that's totally fine. So with 5 cards left in the deck, I think it's safe to just go for the combo. I need to draw the other card, though, is the thing. That's the thing. So this, perfect. So we go this guy, Shadow Step it back, play it again. That's going to draw me a card off of Webweaver. And this costs 1. And I'm thinking about Shadow Stepping Incindious. I don't, you know what, it's probably just not necessary. I don't want to draw any more cards. 12 cards in the deck, 10 are Eruptions. There's only 2 real cards, so I need those to hit for max damage. Yeah, that's all I got. So, as long as they don't get their armor above 30 total, I am just fine. Because there's 30 damage in my deck right now. Only 2 normal cards, and I got plenty of draw spells to fuel the rest of them if needed. If I start my next turn with Incendious still out there, I'm definitely going to Shadow Step him and play him again just to add insult to injury. Alright, let's see. Do I draw a normal card? I do. So let's hit him for 2. Let's do that. He's going to cost, what, 5 now, I think? Let's do that. And screw it, we'll just fast forward and make this easy. Alright, so finally getting some decent runs with the combo. This and which one was it? This and the Warrior player. No, excuse me, the Death Knight player. This and that first Death Knight player were much better examples of the combo than some of the previous games. So up to 3 and 4. Again, this is, you know, me testing the deck out and trying to hone the skills a little bit better. So there are going to be misplays along the way, as you've seen, unfortunately. But guys, if you like this, like and subscribe and follow and comment and all that. I hate asking. It feels so disingenuous to be like, hey, go look at more stuff that I've done. But it makes a big difference when you guys like and follow and comment on the YouTube or the Twitch. Any interaction is appreciated because it just tells the dreaded algorithm to put my stuff in front of more people. So much appreciated to you guys that are already following. Big thank you. This hand is okay. The prep isn't ideal, and the problem is playing against Paladin. I usually just assume they're Murlocs because that's the most likely scenario. That wouldn't be good. I'm also going first, I guess, so... Yeah, I can draw quite a few things that would make this hand pretty bonkers. That's very helpful, okay. I don't think I do that turn 1. It could give me an idea of how I'm going to play the following turns, but I think I can just do it next turn anyway. They are Murlocs. Alright, so Murloc Paladin. That's an okay draw. They're definitely not going to kill it this turn, that's for sure. Even if they got like Rock Skipper. I guess they could Rock Skipper and then coin into trying to kill it, but that seems really bad of them. So now this seems way better because I'm going to go prep in this. It doesn't really matter what I take. I kind of like having another Web Weaver here. But then that lets me go this into this. So now I've got double Phoenix, double Web Weaver. As I said, many things that I can draw to make this bonkers. Alright, let's go, guys. Alright, play your little fishy fish. Thank you for the card.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with taking another card. I know they get one too, but I don't really care that much. What you know about going aggro against the Murloc player? So this is a perfect start. I love to get asteroids in the deck early against Murlocs. Helps fight off the initial onslaught. And now the Phoenixes are active, so I can go... do I fast forward next turn? That's not bad also. So they're at 4, so the next guy is going to activate it. They will likely have Steamfin Thief next turn. Sometimes if they got 3 or more minions, they'll Crusader Aura on turn 2, which isn't the end of the world, but it's still not good if I'm trying to survive. So let's do that rather than smash in their face. I'm thinking... Okay, so I'm going to start with Cultist Map. Nice. So Wisp is going to help here. So I go 1, 2, that'll... That unfortunately won't get me the Phoenix out this turn, but I think that's okay. Let's go Web of Deception since it synergizes there. And let's just play the Phoenix raw. I wanted to find a way to get Web Weaver in it out, but maybe that was a little bit too overzealous of me. That's totally fine. Okay, sure. Let's trade. Bonk, bonk. So I'm feeling pretty good about this game, but as soon as I say that, I could be jinxing it. So double Web Weaver. Doesn't seem like the play. One Web Weaver, something else, something else. I could Web of Deception this after attacking and then play it again, but that still doesn't seem ideal. Fast forward doesn't quite seem good enough here, I don't think. Let's see here. That into this. Into a Phoenix will draw me a card. So yeah, we're gonna do that, and I'm gonna eat that guy. And I've still got a couple of asteroids in the deck, which would be helpful. Assuming they don't go too nuts with playing guys. Very happy not to see a Steamfin Thief. That's a 4-mana guy that makes 2 rush guys. That's really good as they get their quest active multiple times. Now everything gets +2/+2. So getting into some craziness. That could be annoying with the drink, but I think I'm okay with that. Definitely doing that. I'm thinking about Web of Deception actually on the Phoenix. I think that might be the right call. 2/2, no. It is okay. It'll give me a 4/4, and then I will draw another card. Excellent. So let's just draw a bunch of cards.
I don't have enough mana. Quickly.
Good stuff. Yeah. I miss when prep made it cost 3 less, because then in situations like this, I could dubious purchase. Goodness. Alright, that's pretty good.
Well played.
And they're spending all these resources attacking my guys, when I think if they just attacked face, they might be able to close the game faster. So I'm totally fine with that. Okay, so now I've got all 4 combo pieces, but I do have to get the sandbox out there first. So sandbox into dubious purchase. Is that... No, I can't do that completely. I think fast forward's okay, actually. That'll make the stuff cost less. Huh. Let's do that. I want a dubious purchase, but 11 cards in the deck, 10 cards in hand. Yeah, I don't really care about burning any cards, so let's do that into this. That'll burn a card, but I can also get those phoenixes out. Let's get the wisp out there. Cool, burning a platosaur is fine. Yeah, now I just combo next turn, sitting at 29 life. This is a good spot to be in. Alright. So I'm very happy the Murloc player was attacking my minions more than my face. Tyrannigal is a little unsettling. That can be a problem. But assuming they don't have like double Crusader aura or something crazy next turn, then I should be fine. Yeah, that's fantastic. So let's go Combo City. Where is he? This guy. Gotta be careful not to Shadow Step this guy too early, because then that makes your Shadow Step cost 3 less, and that's not what you want. And we've got Incindious. Now, something I could do here No, okay. Yeah, I was thinking about possibly using Web of Deceit, but I think yeah, let's do this. These guys are going to give them more things they feel like they have to attack. Their guys are getting +2/+2, now +3/+3. So this makes 2 1s, so those are going to be 5 4s. So I don't want to kill that. That would be like making an 8 become a 15. And then might as well do this to have a little bit of extra damage in the deck. So there's 10 eruptions and 6 asteroids. I think there might be a couple asteroids left over. I'm not sure if I got all of them out yet. So the at least 16 cards in the 21 cards in my deck are going to deal damage to them. So this should be in the bag. And even if I still got Dubious Purchase. So yeah, this game is essentially over. All right, how many we got? 1, 2, good. There's 3. Just need about 4 more. That's helpful. Excellent. 2 more. Good. Come on, come on. Yeah, I'm not attacking. We're winning this game with eruptions, darn it. There it is. All right, 4 and 4.
Well played.
All right, let's get 1 or 2 more games in here. Probably want to make it a nice even 10 games total. It's been 8 so far, believe it or not. If you're watching on YouTube, check out the Twitch. And if you're watching on Twitch, check out the YouTube. Same handle on both. Marshall Man HS. Marshall 2 L's. Man 2 N's. HS like Hearthstone. Pretty good hand here. I don't mind this. Yeah, I'm just going to keep that. I could throw one of the Web of Deception away, but I'm fine holding on to it right now. Especially against Mage. Oh, yeah, against Discover Mage, I definitely want that early aggression. What do we got? Cool. Let's do this. That'll give us early aggression and no rush on the fast forward now. Nice. So let's do this, that, and then this. I could Space Rock into O Manager, but it doesn't seem necessary. They've got to answer those 4/4s.
Justice is mine.
So this gives me the option to just sit here and try and draw cards. So I'll probably play if they don't do anything to kill my guys this turn, then I'm definitely just fast forwarding next turn and continuing to bash. I have a feeling this game will probably be won by minions instead of eruptions. That's fair. Yeah, still gonna fast forward. Perfect. That costing less is awesome.
Justice is mine.
Yeah, not worth doing anything else, I don't think. That's pretty good. All right.
Rot number 802.
Let's throw some more threats out there. Now, if I take this Shadow Step, that means I can play the Shadow Step on the Moon Mauler and get some more asteroids in my deck, which could help this game be over sooner. Phoenix is good and everything, but yeah, I like this line of play. I'm thinking about O Manager, but that seems unnecessary. It'll cost 0 next turn regardless, and I've got other cards that can activate it. Oh, look at that. Let's start with this. That seems awesome. Just in case. Just in case they have a counterspell, let's see. Okay, good. Yeah, getting Dubious Purchase countered here would be pretty unfortunate for our momentum. I assume it's the one that gives them 8 armor when I attack. Now 10, 9 in hand. I could O Manager again, but that doesn't really do much now.
Think.
I think Phoenix is probably the call. That also tells me... Yeah, it puts a little bit more pressure, which is good. Let's get the Wisp out there, too. Yeah, my gut was telling me to drop the Wisp just so they have another thing they have to do. So if they want to use their hero power on it, that's great. It takes away 2 mana that they could use that turn. Alright, that's annoying. But totally cool. Sandbox is great here. Now I've got I've got 3 of the 4 combo pieces. So I can do this. And I think I owe manager into coin dubious purchase, it looks like. Or no, that does not work. Just kidding.
Quickly.
Let's do Wisp into Phoenix. Yeah, so I should have played the coin first. And then I think I could have dubious purchased off the Sandbox. Yeah, like I said, a lot of play to this deck. Gotta plan ahead a little bit. Fair enough. Oh, that's great. Okay. Yeah, it's one of the bad things about stuff like this that casts other spells. Another secret is not great. 3 secrets is annoying as all hell. Okay.
This treasure ain't
I
fit.
assume it's going to take 6 damage. Yes. And you know what? I should have played the coin first because they probably have a counter spell also. So let's just do that. Okay, good. Well, at the very least, I know they don't have a counter spell now, which is very helpful. So now dubious purchase, kill a guy. Hope I live long enough to be able to actually kill them. Prep double Phoenix.
Quickly.
So next turn, assuming I don't draw Incindious, I'm going to Platosaur. How many cards are there? There's 9 cards. There's not sure how many asteroids. Maybe 1 or 2 left. But a draw spell off the top would be great. Or Incindious himself. Platosaur can help draw me something that could help also. And because I've got double Sandbox minis, I can play a draw spell and still combo off this turn. But I am getting lower on health, which is not good. Okay. There it is.
Now this is treasure. The sands will scour you. Now this is treasure. Everything is a melting pot.
You know what? I was going to hit their guy, but they probably have that thing that gives them a 3/6 water elemental, so I don't want to give them anything else to hit me with on the off chance they have enough damage in their hand to fill the gap.
Out of my jungle.
So it seems like they're just dead. This is great. There's 10 in here, 17 cards. Got a Platosaur to draw another card. Oh, you know what? So when you got double mini Sandbox, so I should have gone Sandbox Chronolord, Sandbox into Incindious. Oh, well, look at that. That's even better. So this, 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 and then draw a card. Draw a card. Looks like they're dead. Yeah. Alright, so up to 5-4 in games. So I played 2 Demon Hunters, 2 Death Knights, 2 Mages, Murloc Paladin, and Warrior. Cool. Alright, one more game and I'm going to call it quits at 10 total. So far, sitting at about a 50-50 win rate for these 9 games. A little bit more since it's 5-4. But depending on who I play against next, could go 6-4, which would be about 66%. Alright, Warlock, somebody we haven't seen yet in this round of games. This could be tough, because when they have the Rift, it's a very difficult thing to beat. So normally I wouldn't keep the fast forward, but because I have the coin, I'm tempted to. Let's give it a try. Okay. Not the best hand. Yeah, it was probably correct to not keep fast forward, but I think it'll be fine. I'm gonna try and dig my way into as much draw and combo pieces as possible here. This gives me an answer for something they play next turn if it's problematic. And they didn't play Quest 2, which is great, but that tells me they could be on the Shards of Time or whatever that thing is that puts the spells in your deck that deal damage to you. So that could be helpful if they drop a bomb next turn. Literally the last thing I wanted to see there. What the hell? Let's just go fast forward then. That would make Phoenix free here. It seems fine.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
Wow. Fair enough. You got me, bro. Ooh, that's not good. Are you kidding me? Alright, that's a very good draw for them. Pretty unfortunate. 2, 3, so...
I
I need need to draw some more cards. But I also have to play some of the cards I have. Web of Deception seems okay. 1, 2 there. Yeah, I think I'm going to do this. And then that gives me...
Swiftly.
this. And then I'm going to go here. Get the Phoenix out. And I'm going to hold this guy for next turn. Probably going to go Web Weaver into these two and draw 3 cards. Probably going to hold the Dubious Purchase until they have the 2020 out. That's assuming I am in a position to even do that well. Sheesh. I would just love to Dubious Purchase that guy. Let's go. Come on, make you 2020. Oh, wow. So 2 cracks for this guy. But does that even work? Death Rattle? Oh, yeah, it does, it does. Of course it does.
Think.
Rod number 802, welcome to the collection.
I'm thinking about taking a chance here. Oh, that was bad. Okay. I forgot it is taunt. Well, let's cross our fingers here. Come on. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. And no, I don't think I can do that. Too many cards. 5, 9, yeah. So fingers crossed they don't kill the Phoenix. They're much more likely to kill the Twisted Web Weaver. That was very lucky. Gosh. Yeah, sometimes when I'm playing decks like this, I get a little too focused on moving quickly. Because I tend to really want to, think about my moves, but then sometimes you got to double check some cards to make sure they don't have something that you missed. So, interesting. Yeah, you got to hit Web Weaver, of course. Darn. Okay, so I'm going to burn a card. Please don't be Incindious. Please? No Incindious. No Incindious. Come on.
My hand is full.
Perfect. Excellent. So that one's going to get the dude. I think I got a cultist map here. Because another dubious package is pretty much the only thing that would save me in this position. Perfect. Or dubious purchase, not package. So we do that. And I am going to burn some cards, but I'm not going to die, which is important. So, and I don't think...
Swiftly.
Ah, there's Incendious. Well, that's the way it goes. Yeah, it doesn't matter what I take because it's gonna burn. And let's get rid of that and that and that. Yeah, not ideal, but now I gotta go aggressive. I guess I didn't think the mana was going to work out, but if I went Sandbox, I had 6 mana, so if I went Sandbox, I got 1 left, and then I can play the Cultist map. I get the Dubious package. Yeah, and then even if I play Mini Sandbox, the Dubious Dubious Purchase would cost 1, and I would have 0 mana. Okay, so the math didn't work out. That would have been much better if I was able to do something like that, because then I wouldn't have burned as many cards, so it gives me less chance to lose combo pieces. So, it's going to get a little crazy now. This into something else seems fine. Because I need just hyper aggression now. That into that. Into Moonstone maybe? I don't really want to draw more cards until I have more asteroids in my deck, and I think I'm going to try and go this guy into the Moonstone Maulers to put extras. I can put 12 in my deck, that's 24 damage in a single turn. Yeah, so let's just do that. Obviously this dies to this thing, but that's okay. Yeah, with 6 cards left, the timer is really ticking. It's possible also I could have waited a turn to let them hit me with the 2020 and then make some space in my hand, then Dubious Package, but Dubious Purchase. I keep saying package. Dubious Purchase. But that runs the risk of them playing more guys to protect it, or just finding a way to kill me and deal the other however much damage. I don't remember what my life was at that moment.
My hand is full.
Alright, that's fair. So, this will make Chrono Lord cost 3, or excuse me, 4. So I do this. I can go Sandbox into Moonstone, and then Phoenix, and then that gets me back way more Phoenixes.
Now this is treasure.
Alright, so there's 24 damage in my deck now. In addition to whatever else. I don't think there was any asteroids in there because I've got both Moonstones, so 24 in the deck. And if they... Or, let's see. So if they kill my my Phoenixes, I get doubles back. Perfect. Assuming my guy lives, which doesn't look likely now. Yup. Okay, looking a little worse. Oof, I'm gonna take 8. Shoot. I guess it still gave me double. That's crazy. I guess it triggers when it dies and then activates the Chrono's ability. So, just do as much as possible, I guess. Good. Shadow Step is awesome.
I'm almost out of cards.
Do I got him? Is this... I don't know that I have... Yeah, perfect. Literally exact. So 6 and 4. And that's exactly why you got to make sure you play out as many games as possible when you're learning a deck. Because, I mean, had I played this just 5 or 6 games, I would have been like, oh, this deck goes 2 and 3 or 2 and 4. You know, that's like an awful win rate. Yeah, 2 and 3 is like 33%. That's awful. 2 and 4 is, yeah, still pretty bad. Or no, 2 and 4 is 33. But still, getting to 6 and 4 gives me 60% win rate. That's awesome. So I highly recommend this deck. I like it a lot. It's got a lot of versatility. It definitely has some rough matchups here and there. Shaman, I think, is one of the worst ones. That specific Shaman deck I played in the first game, I don't know. I've probably beaten them once or twice, but majority of the time they take the win. So that's a tough one. Demon Hunter can be tough sometimes. Same thing with Death Knight. Demon Hunter is a little bit better of a matchup than Death Knight in my experience. That Warrior game that I lost from the misplay, normally the Warrior's a better matchup than that game seemed to show. Mage is normally a pretty good matchup. So I'm always happy to see Mage. And Murlocs can be tough if they're too aggressive early, if they got like the nut draw. Like turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, etc. Like anything starting like that, you know, unless I've also got an aggressive draw, I don't normally stand a chance. But that's the deck. I'll run back here real quick. So far, I don't think I would make any card changes. Every now and then I wish I had like a Fan of Knives or something like that. But usually that's just for like those random hyper aggressive paladin decks that play like Busy Bot, and those types of minions, or Flash Sale. And I played that deck. It's pretty decent. I don't think it's great against some things like Death Knight. I think probably has a very easy time with something like that. And Murlocs is essentially just a better aggro deck. But yeah, this is the deck list. I don't think I would change anything at this point. Every now and then I want a different card, but usually that's just because of a specific matchup. That hyper aggro paladin deck I was talking about is essentially this, plus or minus a few cards. Crusader, Aura, Flash Sale. Just essentially play as many guys as you can. Busy Bot to pump your guys, and pray that you win. Ziliax is actually really good in it too, because the axe is another pump effect for everybody and costs less. So he can cost 1 for a 3/5 and pump your whole team and usually win. So I like this deck, but it's just not, it's not like tier 1. It's good. It catches people off guard at times, but definitely not what I am wanting to play. It's a very like you win or you don't win game. There's been times where I'm like, it's turn 4, I got no more cards, you cleared my board 3 times, so I lose. And I don't like having that little of a shot to win a game. One last thing I'll say is I did just put out a video recently with Ready the Fleet Murlocs. I like it. I'm not sure if this is going to come down to a 1-of or not, but Ready the Fleet added an extra element that I like a lot, because sometimes, you know, you've got like say you're going second and you go turn 1 quest coin dude, and then turn 2, like knowing you have a Tide Hunter coming, it's like if you can go turn 2 Tide Hunter, and then turn 3 you start your turn and there's nothing been done to your board, you still have 3 guys out there. Already the fleet puts a lot of pressure on them right away, especially because it gives 2 health also. So that can be good. Essentially, you know, War Leader is about the same thing, but giving them the bonus to their health can make a big difference sometimes. And it also makes it so you don't have to wait till turn 8 if you've got like double Crusader Aura or something like that. Just a little bit more reach. So I do like this version of the deck. I had to take out the Violet Treasure Guild package. Where is he? Yeah, I like this guy, but that meant that I had to fill other spots with like Hand of a Doll. So essentially that card takes up 4 slots, which I didn't like. And it also gives me a chance to try out the Tide Caller, which so far I like. There's been draws where I've gone turn 1 quest, turn 2 Tide Caller and another 1-drop, turn 3, you know, some guys, either Tidehunter or something else. And then turn 4, you've got Crusader or etc. Like it makes some pretty decent curves, especially like sometimes you'll go turn 1, you know, Quest Coin, Tide Caller, and then into the nut draw is basically Tide Hunter into you know, Brain Gill or something like that, and then turn 4 you've got Steamfin. I still believe that the best draw Murlocs will pretty much ever have is turn 1 Quest, turn 2 Tide Hunter, turn 3 Coin into Steamfin Thief, because then your quest is completely active already on turn 3, so everything you play off of that has +1/+1. So yeah, but enough about Murlocs. I know some of you guys despise this deck. It's kind of the boogeyman on the ladder at times. Kind of I like to see Murlocs as like the bar. If you can't beat Murlocs, you're going to see it a lot, so you have to be able to beat it. And if you can't, then what's the point in playing the deck you're playing? So, but yeah, this was 10 games with Incindious Rogue. Really like the deck, highly recommend it, but be aware you're going to have to play quite a few games to really get the hang of it. So follow, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff that I hate asking for but does make a big difference. So big thank you to you guys that are already following, and I'll see you next time.